I'm Rachel Richards, and I do many musical things. First and foremost, I'm the Orchestra Director for the Appleton Area School District, and I teach elementary and middle school orchestra. I've been doing that since 2005. I also conduct a community orchestra on Tuesday evenings called New Horizons Orchestra, part of the New Horizons music of the Fox Valley. And this year I took on an additional role of being the executive director for the Fox Valley Symphony Youth Orchestra program. I play bassoon and bass in and around the community in whatever capacity that I'm needed. And I guess I'm just basically a musician. My Heid music story starts back when I was in 4th grade. We were offered the opportunity to learn how to play a string instrument. So I remember coming in with my family and my uncle, who happens to play the bass. We came in and I wanted to start on violin because the bass was too big to haul around for me. So I remember getting my little quarter-size violin and its blue case and coming in to rent that and taking it to school with me for lessons. Fast forward a little bit, I ended up switching from violin to playing bass when I was in 6th grade. And when I got to middle school, we moved to an area where there was no orchestra. So I had a band director that was brilliant. He remembered that I played the bass and he encouraged me to try electric bass. So the next time I came into Heid, I actually bought my first bass guitar and my amplifier, and then things just started to get really busy and crazy. All these opportunities started to open up. So about middle of high school, I knew that I wanted to be a musician, going on as either an educator or a performer. So we invested in a bassoon and a string bass. I happen to have several instruments actually that have come from Heid music. That was just the door being opened for me to be able to become a musician and have the tools that I needed. Heid music was really an integral part of that. Fast forward a little bit more, when I became a music educator, I found out that Heid actually had many different programs to support music educators. I was asked to come in and actually lead and instruct some of our families on tips and tricks for caring for instruments when their students are starting out, because not all parents are musicians like their children are becoming. And I thought that was a really wonderful program. So seeing their community outreach, the support that they have for our music educators and our students that are going into those programs was really inspirational for me. Making music to me means that I have an opportunity to be part of a greater community, something outside of myself. I love the people that I get to know through those musical opportunities. Very rarely do I enjoy making music by myself. I'm much more motivated when I can connect with somebody else outside. So community music making has always been really important. I feel like it gives us a place to belong, and being with people where you have a shared goal that you're moving towards, it's just really inspiring and motivating. And I've learned through travels and through music that no matter where we are in the world, people are always going to gather around music and food. And I think that just is that common thread that helps connect us together. My musical inspiration was my middle school band director. So I had many wonderful teachers throughout my musical education, starting with my first strings teachers, who I actually am in close contact with now, and I'm still very good friends with them. Olive Bob, Audrey Nowak. My middle school band director, Dave Bear, who found as many opportunities for me to get out into the community and learning as he possibly could. He knew that I was a musician, and he just needed to help me get connected with the right people. He introduced me to bass guitar. He introduced me to playing the bassoon. And then even through high school and into college, we stayed in contact with one another, and he would help me get involved in different gigs. Anago Community Band, the Old Logger Orchestra, which was a big band swing band, a Dixie band group, and a couple different polka bands. And just seeing that he not only taught music, he also was a musician outside of the school day, led me down that path. Like, I really can do this. I don't have to just stop playing because I'm now teaching. And that keeps me in touch with my own educational purpose for my students. I feel like it validates what it is that I do and why I do it. Unfortunately, Mr. Bear had passed away when I was in college, but I wish he was still with us today. I think the best thing I can do is continue his legacy through my students. So being a bassist there's this tiny little bass ukulele that is the most adorable bass I think I've ever played in my life. And I remember doing this gig one time with Greg Fortin, and I think it was the Has Band. And he brings out this bass ukulele and he goes, "Why do you not have one of these?" And I thought, why do I not have one of these? So I ended up coming into Heid, and it was actually during a big sale. I bought myself a bass ukulele. And about a year later, I got a phone call asking if I would sit in with a ukulele band. And the group was called Forte and the Pianissimos. I thought it was the funnest name ever, but I had never played in an all ukulele band before, so I didn't know what to expect. Well, that introduction into that group actually led me to one of my most favorite musical memories. We were invited to perform at the Honolulu Ukulele Festival in 2019. So our band, along with people who were ukulele enthusiasts, actually ended up going over to Hawaii and staying in Honolulu for several days. And we actually got to perform on the main stage at the Honolulu Ukulele Festival. It was in Kapiolani Park, and I remember the weather was gorgeous and the vibe was just so positive and happy. And how could you not smile when you're playing an ukulele, right? But if I hadn't picked up that little bass ukulele, I don't think I would have ever had that opportunity. I think one of the things I love most about music is that it is a lifelong passion that people can take what they need from it, they can take what they want from it, they can use it in whatever way they need to use it. It's such a powerful thing. And being a musician in all of these different capacities has really allowed me to see that music is a lifelong endeavor. And it's always there for us whenever we need it.